Welcome to the Lodge. You've accessed
the Lodgecast experience.
Warning, warning, dangerous spoilers ahead. Enjoy.
Looking for some hot takes on the Lodgecast. I need phone counts and library rights. I want some hot takes in my eardrums. Watch out for salad dragons. These takes are coming in hot tonight. I want some hot takes. I need your hot takes.
Hello and welcome to a desktop hot take. I'm your Lodge Master. With me as always is Brother Bishke.
Hey Siri.
And we got our desktop crew back in action. That Hey Siri did activate your phone.
I don't have that on.
It's on. It's on now.
Shut off, Siri.
The hothead is away on special assignment, but we got Brother Nate and Sister May.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome back. Bishke, you're the fucking reason we did this. I did not.
Siri is still activated. Hold on.
I did
You gotta
not.
delete your voicemail so we can send you new ones.
I did not want to see this, but you persisted. Nevertheless,
My genre.
you persisted. Can
Love
you,
this too much.
if people don't understand what the desktop movie genre is, can you enlighten them?
Yeah, this is the computer screen genre. It goes back to kind of mid 2010s with a movie called Unfriended
Oh yeah,
and a few other films. And then we did a Lodgecast on Searching.
we did. How many?
Which was the prequel to this one.
was that
kind of.
like 10 years ago? How long ago
Damn,
was
it
that?
That was
like a
about
long time
5
ago.
years ago. And I'm not sure what the exact episode was, but then there was a movie called Profile that I couldn't get y'all to see, but I went and saw.
You just
Gotta
couldn't
have
get
at
enough.
least one star in it.
That was like
you know?
back in 20, maybe 19. And then we did Host, Deep in Lockdown.
Halloween special.
Which was a
Host.
COVID horror movie.
I broke from my standard of hating these movies to love that movie.
Yeah, you were.
And a big
love
thing with that one was it's 70 minutes.
But tell people stylistically, like what is it mean?
Okay, yeah.
What does
yeah.
it mean?
So
we're
anyways,
looking at.
basically you have to be, for the most part, looking at a screen. So you're
A
looking
computer
at
screen.
you're looking at a desktop, you're looking at someone's phone, you're looking at FaceTime calls, you're
And the
looking at,
entire plot unfolds via computation.
yeah. So it's like
Hot
so
internet action.
So with searching, you're searching the internet. You're going to Google. You're going to Facebook.
You're
going
copy and pasting.
You're going to all these different websites to try to find your lost parent, and that's where we are tonight with our movie Missing.
Missing. What a title. What a distinctive title.
It's a sister movie to Searching.
Searching, yes.
Same filmmakers, right? Search Party Pictures.
I think it's like the same producer. This guy's kind of the mastermind, one
Yeah.
of these guys. But yeah,
Corner
He's
of the
really
market.
into desktop film.
yeah.
you loving it.
So a couple things that did get me up and out to see this tonight. It is discount night.
Disco night.
Discount night.
You know, you always have that hope that there's going to be a rowdy discount crowd.
Oh yeah, it was a young crowd.
It was a young crowd. And I think they were entranced by it because they weren't saying shit. We were by far the loudest people in the theater.
You were commenting on everything.
The other thing is it's in the Prime Theater, which, you know, come on, AMC, you got to start sponsoring us because I'm telling you, the Prime Theater is so nice. It's like worth half a bone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's a good secondary theater in
Great
the 60s.
recliners, great bass in your subwoofer in your
yes,
seat.
and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But before we dissect who and what and where and when and why is missing, let's do this.
How do you get the protein as quick as possible into the bloodstream? A little schnapps.
From RottenTomatoes.com, when her mother, Nia Long, disappears while on vacation in Colombia with her new boyfriend, June's, Storm Reid, search for answers is hindered by international red tape.
Mhm.
Stuck thousands of miles away in Los Angeles, June creatively uses all the latest technology at her fingertips.
Sure does.
All the latest.
Fingertips to try and find her before it's too late. But as she digs deeper, her digital sleuthing raises more questions than answers. Period. And when June unravels secrets about her mom, she discovers that she never really knew her at all. Period.
Wow, what a pot kettle there.
Yeah,
of stuff.
If that sounds like an intriguing mystery for you.
Well, the main reason we're here, well, not the main reason, because the desktop film is the main reason, or the computer screen film.
That's
but
why we're all
Storm Reid, our girl from Wrinkle in Time, episode 1.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
She's all grown up.
Baby
back.
Zendaya.
She's
Baby
back.
Zendaya.
And
yeah.
she's Zendaya's little sister in Euphoria.
Yes,
but,
she is.
But now
Oh, no
she's
shit.
front and center. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still have PTSD from episode 1 of this Lodgecast.
Salad Dragon Origins. If you rewind.
That was Wrinkle in Time.
Wrinkle in Time. It's the very first episode.
That audio has to be.
It's got to be
Oh,
atrocious.
shit.
Yeah.
But-
I go back to it every once in a while.
But Lucas does coin the term salad dragon on episode 1. Oprah just looking benevolently over the proceedings like the baby son in Teletubbies is something to be seen.
Especially when they're riding the Reese Witherspoon salad dragon.
Reese Witherspoon.
Salad dragon, man.
Salad Dragon was a high
the peak.
point.
That was
Yeah,
the peak.
that was-
And Storm Reid was involved.
That's her name, Storm.
Storm Reid. Yeah.
Yeah. Every
Wearing
time I
lemon
see
heads.
her, I'm just like, Wrinkle in Time. Oh my God. Where's that salad dragon? So yeah, she is front and center in this the whole way through. And I gotta say, I went in so salty. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Bishki, what the fuck are you doing to us? Bishki's just giggling and giggling. And, for a desktop film, this does up the game. Like the editing's
Oh, yeah.
good, the sound is crazy, especially in the prime. It like every rumble just shakes us.
It has like filibuster montages,
There's-
of windows on windows.
crazy montages. So, if you have to see one of these, it's like if you have like stir-fried cat shit and you're like, but this is the best
Easy
stir-fried
now.
cat
He
shit.
loves this, John, right? He's right up there in the front
This
seat
is
with
the
you.
creme de la creme of cat shit.
Well, I don't know. I see nothing but potential with these films.
Right.
And
Right.
and,
Yes. I
and
do
this,
too.
and this one in the opening, like I was really rocking with it. Like basically, like her mom leaves
Yeah.
and Storm goes and parties and drinks for like
Let's go.
a week.
A
Yeah,
very funny rager
and
situation.
it's just like wall to wall Snapchats and
it looks like
TikToks
It looks like
and-
the
Yeah.
tamest little rager that she throws.
yeah. Well, that's
definitely
that's
is.
one of the problems. Is like I would like to see an R-rated.
They buy a
It's coming.
a
version.
24 pack of Golden Road and tie one on. Like she's talking to her friend, she's chatting, WhatsApping with her friends at the beginning, and she's like, "Did you get the stuff? Oh, I got the money." I'm like, "Are they like?" What are they going to be snorting at this thing? No, it's just
I thought it was weed.
Golden
I thought they were
Road.
scoring weed.
it's
you
just
know?
basic
Mango
booze.
cart booze.
Very basic booze. But yes, Bishki, the whole time I was thinking, what if Brian De Palma in his prime
Mhm.
got a hold
Oh, he'd
of
love
this
this kind of
technology?
shit.
Like the plot needs to meet the form in a tasty adult way
Yeah,
for me to really get on
yeah,
board.
because you got voyeurism and
It's
you
ready
got-
made for that.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
this-
perspectives. Yeah.
This is kind of Goosebumps version of
This
what
was,
it could
was
be.
this PG-13? It was
It
a meek
had to be.
PG-13?
Yeah,
It feels like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It had to be. So let's talk about some of the technology used. I mean, what didn't she?
Well,
use?
leaps and bounds from searching though.
Yeah,
we had rear camera.
Yes, that was a
The rear
treat.
camera that was my favorite. I think.
Yeah, backing up, reverse car camera.
All the door cams are.
Yeah, the Ring doorbell.
You know,
Ring
you get
doorbell.
kind of jealous of that. Like, I love that. Like 16 cameras around your entrances of your houses.
And I realize how Pavlovian that Ring alert is, because I was like, the first few times, it rings like 100 times in this movie, but the first few times I was instinctively like patting for my
Like,
phone,
that's
like
my
who's,
thing. That's my
who's
thing.
at my fucking door?
Who's delivering this late?
Yeah. Yeah, this is odd.
And I do appreciate they're using all the real technologies pretty
Right.
much. So we're going to Facebook, we're going to Instagram, we're
Yeah, we
going
get
to
those.
You
we're
get
going
a,
to Google Maps.
you get a
Yeah.
little icky feeling fetishization of some of these apps, though. It's like
when some product placement going on.
When WhatsApp saves the day, when Siri saves the day, it's like, what kind of electronic dick are we sucking here?
It's all there in the subtext, man.
No, yeah, it's definitely product placement on some of these things. Like,
it's going to be a snapshot of this time.
That's true, May.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Anytime a schnapps is like using all the latest technology, that means it's dated.
Yep.
It's instantly dated and instantly delicious.
Yeah.
You know what was fun, right? In the opener is there's the fictional unfiction reenactment kind of show, a true crime show. So really the first shot as we're let in, it's like multi-camera, has all this thing, and you're like, wow, okay, I thought they were gonna go away from the found cam, because that was what was new. But then you pull out from someone just watching it.
This movie loves to show you some shit and you think you're in the moment or like you're still in the movie, but then it slowly pulls back and you're
You're still watching the screen.
You're watching some YouTube on a different screen.
Yeah, I think that's clever.
Yeah. I mean, it hurts me to say, yes, it is clever. Like, it is.
I'll say what isn't clever is I just don't think the script overall.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we get stuck down in. So basically, I'll just give a quick rundown. Like,
really quick.
Run through it.
The mom and some guy she met online. Some shady guy she met online go down to Colombia.
Lovely.
And then basically we're looking in Colombia for a long time.
Every time somebody in a movie goes to Cartagena, I instantly go to Romancing the Stone.
Man.
Yeah. Cartagena.
And so anyway, she hires some guy in like the Colombian TaskRabbit.
Oh, TaskRabbit gets a lot of play in this.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the Colombian version.
Ninja.
Go
Ninja, go.
And then so we have this subplot with this guy down there. I mean, he's good. Like, you kind of do need some supporting cast.
That was the only time the audience perked up, is when he came on.
He's funny.
But what I was thinking is, why not really make him funny?
Yeah.
You know? Like, he's kind of a bumbling old guy. Like, the biggest laugh in the audience was when she was looking for someone to help her, and the creme de la creme of Go Ninja was $48 an hour, and then she slides it all the way down to $8 an hour.
And he's got like 2.5 stars. Or something.
Right, that was the biggest laugh.
And there was a countdown of how much she was paying him, which I thought was funny.
You could see it in the corner as her.
But like, this guy could have been. I mean, he was de facto comic relief because nothing else is very funny in this, but he could have been really eccentric. You know, like, I feel like that was a bit of a lost opportunity, but I was fine with the hobby.
Don't kick him out of bed. That's all we got.
He's all we got.
But then we find out her mom gets kidnapped.
We
don't need to go into this plot.
It's so weird,
but
it gets a little twisty.
There's twists. There's a lot of twists, and we find out her dad, who had supposedly died. Well, spoiler, he's not dead. And no one's going to see this movie.
No,
and,
no, they are not. Nobody listening. The Venn diagram does not overlap.
They're intently listeing to our review, so they don't have to.
Exactly.
Yes.
Why was he getting nosebleeds? What was going on?
Cocaine.
Oh,
but I thought that was
cokehead.
I thought that was the Colombian connection, but there's no. I don't know why we're in Colombia. I thought there was going to be a big drug cartel.
One of the first things is a home video that she uses some sort of Bing video editor or something. There was some sort of Microsoft Bing presence, which I was happy to see.
Yeah, and he has a nosebleed in it, and then we find out he's basically an abusive husband of her,
right?
And she went on witness protection, and that's her dark past.
With the
and he's alive, and he's coming back.
So just to get
kind
this
of a good
to get this straight,
plot.
So the dude who she supposedly went to Cartagena with, he was trying. Wait,
he was
setting catfishing her,
right? To get money.
No, to get
to get her
to set up the kidnapping.
Yeah,
yeah, but
with his old prison buddy.
But she used him. The mom used him.
No, the dad used his prison buddy to catfish her, so he could set up the kidnapping.
That's it.
Which is.
And
the
it was pretty elaborate. They hired an actress.
Really elaborate. And they didn't have any like fun with it. So that whole part of the plot, I just kind of want to delete from my desktop. You know, I want to empty the trash.
That's the red herring plot that she follows.
Such a red herring.
And
it
I
takes
think
too long.
It has something to do with the true crime podcasts that everyone's into.
Unfiction.
How they get really twisty, and then it just ends up being the abusive husband.
Art imitating life.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be that because there's points when you're watching it, it's very spelled out. Almost everything is clearly described and then underlined with this is what that means.
Right.
And then you get to a point where you're kind of ahead of it, and then it has to be like, oh, we got to write.
And then there's something shocking happens. Like
we're gonna write
That's the
something
thing
else
with
here,
these things. Like you have to, in any thriller, you want to be ahead of it, and you want the person who's doing the searching and trying to find the mystery to be smarter than you, even on a computer.
Or quicker.
So you don't want her searching boneheaded things
my
on
God.
Google. And there's so many boneheaded Google
like
searches.
long passages. I mean, it's realistic, I guess.
Yeah, like
but there's
false starts.
so many passages where she's just making some shitty searches where it's just like, oh, why even bother?
And we're just going into dead ends. And
she puts the Surrey thing together where she, it says, from her mom,
right?
Where she says Surrey through a screen to a phone, which that's plausible.
I thought that was cool.
That was good. Yeah.
When they're
tech.
like how do I even explain this? They're trapped. And there are cameras that are on them in the room that they're trapped in that she had accessed on her laptop. Her phone was left by her laptop, so she could speak to Siri through the security camera, and it would come out her laptop and speak to her phone, and her phone could call the cops.
It's just a voice.
If you can make sense of that.
That was like the coolest part for me, and good timing because that's like the big coup de grace. Solves it all.
There's a hell of a writer's room on something like this, right? Where everybody's pitching in ideas. Hey, we can do this.
And an editing nightmare.
Also, just the
two editors. Two editors, and
how economical.
And well done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was looking at this and I'm like, Herculean effort
staggering
to whoever
at some
edited
point.
this.
Yeah.
Emojis flying everywhere.
I mean, if you just let this sit and just like look at it for all what it is, and you don't gussy it up at all, it would be exactly what my ultimate fear was for this. But
right.
As much as I want to just give it to you, Bishki, I can't be too mad at it.
You see the potential.
Yeah.
And one thing I did like was there was like a little bit of a flashback, and it was a screen flashback into his mom. So you're seeing old tech, and I think that's got to happen. That happened in the searching a little bit.
Yeah.
In the opening where it was going through the different years.
How do you remember that movie?
That's what I was thinking.
Cross-referencing Search.
You leaned over and you're like, "This is a direct sequel that connects to Search," and I'm like, "How do you remember?"
I remember May teared up a little bit in the opening. I remember
that. Calling her out.
Yeah,
and you tear up in this one
because
did you cry in this one, May?
No, not this time. All right.
No,
There's no room for crying.
I got a soft heart, guys.
There's no crying and missing.
There was some high drama in Searching. That's not in this.
Yeah, this didn't swing for the heights of high drama that Searching did. But all I remember about Searching was I think Deborah Messing was in it.
Deborah Messing is,
and it was clear that she was bad, but they were trying to make her not seem bad, but she was, and they didn't fool anybody. And in this one, I feel like they spoke to that with that one like social worker character who's shady, and you're like, well, she's fucking shady. What do you do in movie? But then turns out she isn't.
Yeah.
So
they just add those characters just so we're like,
so that there can be victims too.
Right.
And victims. Yeah, she's a victim. Spoiler.
I thought they could have done more with that when she visited the office, taping herself with the wristwatch camera.
Yeah, there was like a ransom.
Because that was the only scene.
That was kind of a horror movie
where
scene.
she was really out in the world and like creeping around. Like they could have milked that more. Like Brian De Palma would have made 25 minutes out of that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's kind of a conceit that she has her FaceTime camera up all the time.
Right.
So we can see her reaction, because a lot of times baby Zendaya is like reacting like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's nightmare for an actress to try to pull all those things off. But
what do we think about the acting? May, let's kick it off. What do you think?
I didn't mind her.
All right.
Storm
Reid she's got potential.
What do you think about the mom's boyfriend?
You know what? I have some fondness for him.
That actor has been good.
around.
Yeah,
He's been good.
he was in Lost. He was in High Maintenance.
He has a microdosing high maintenance
Yes,
episode
which is
that's
a
really good.
episode.
He's just
like
a
a
working
good
actor.
character.
He's a working actor.
When they
I like
were
him.
when they were scrolling through how he met the mom and the exchange of videos, I was cringing so hard just because it'd be cringy to like look at anybody's
Anyone's.
Oh, geez.
back and forth,
No
like
one-
lovey-dovey.
Yeah, no.
Like,
Is that what people do? They do little videos? Like
I
that?
don't know.
Oh, is that
remember
what
that.
people do now?
I don't
No,
know.
just
I don't
text
think so.
and call.
It was cringe.
But
Just
I
text and
thought
call and photos.
I did think he did a good job.
Mhm.
Like he acquitted himself nicely.
Mm-hmm.
The shit that he had to say, he's like, "What's your favorite '80s band?"
yeah.
It's like, oh, it hurt. Oh, and Storm Reid has an iconic Lemonheads T-shirt on.
You guys
Oh,
found
I
that
didn't
band?
notice that.
So what is that back or what? I'm so confused
I
by
don't know.
that.
There's Easter eggs throughout this. Somebody on Reddit, not us, but
Not-
somebody on Reddit
Not us.
is gonna search and seek out all the Easter eggs in this movie.
I mean,
Yes.
we can talk
Search for all
about
the
the score a little
missing-
bit too. The score was intense, man. It was
Yeah,
like Hans Zimmer light.
pounding. And it needs it. It
Mhm.
needs it.
Like
I
it would
mean,
underline moments,
And it-
reveals and stuff like that was intense.
Yeah.
like if we didn't see this in the prime with our buttocks shaking and quaking, I don't think it would have I wouldn't have liked it as much. I'm like,
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
you
I
can
agree.
tell when
Yeah.
you should be paying attention to something because it's just rocking your
Yeah,
body.
there's like a
Yeah.
dark,
Boom,
dark
boom,
sense.
boom.
Yeah, I didn't know it was in Prime, and when we were walking in, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be nice."
Dude, there's a subwoofer right in the center of the
Yeah.
whole auditorium.
It's
Just
crazy.
rumbles your
No, it's in your
back.
seat. I'm pretty sure they're in your seat.
In the seat.
Yeah.
It's nuts. So,
That added to it.
any other thoughts about missing?
I mean, where do they go from this, right? I mean, like,
They got it.
how
I
can
see
you push?
nothing but potential.
I think we've nailed the head on like the way to push this is to have it be edgier, raw,
Yes,
rated R,
needs
Yeah.
to.
a horror film, people hiding. But then you get into that conceit where they have their phone running all the time. I mean,
No, it takes
this one tried a lot to justify the
Yeah.
camera. I appreciated that, and that's what these films like this
blend
would
in.
live and die like that.
Bishki, would you accept a hybrid? Like, there's
Yeah,
some
well-
like what
well,
are
like the
your
Soderbergh one.
Unsane.
No,
Did that have some?
was kind of a hybrid. Kimmy was kind of a hybrid.
Oh,
right?
You know,
Kimmy's an example. Yeah,
you got
Yeah.
some Zoom calls.
it's got
and diff- and
connector
tech.
tissue.
That's right.
you
So
know.
hybrids work better. It's when you're locked into the screen. It's really challenging.
But
That,
But do
that's
you
not
get-
part of the genre.
But do you get extra excited about the purity? Like you want to see?
I do like
Yeah.
the purity because I see that if you wrote it correctly,
Yeah.
because there's big laughs. I mean, there's a moment where like she's clicking. It says like click the school bus.
Oh yeah, the pieces
The
of
security
Yeah,
thing.
robot,
captcha.
robot, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
has gone through that.
And there's like a little piece of the school bus bumper that's in one of the squares, and you see the cursor hang. Like, is that part of the bus?
Yeah.
And then she
Yeah.
goes for it, and it
It's
gets
like
in.
we've all done that 100 times.
Yeah.
And so it's those things that connect to the audience that if you just amplified those kind of laughs, and then
Mhm.
you got a thriller, you can do horror, you can do romance. If you made it R, you can do much darker things into
Yeah.
the dark web.
Yeah.
And
web.
Missing dark web.
desktop thriller.
Unfriended Dark Web was the sequel.
Was that a real thing?
That was a sequel. Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like there is horror ones that we've missed. Maybe
God.
it's coming.
We'll be returning, not for everyone, but
Please, yeah. Let's only go to the creme de la creme.
yeah.
All right, let's go to Missing Bones. Where do we start? Brother Nathan, you are first to bone.
yeah.
First to bone.
By this point, I should probably, if we check how many first to bones, I'm probably number one. Because seriously, it gets thrown to me every time.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's excitement. I was like, the first act, it's bouncing. There's hip hop montages. There's teasing and pleasing. And it felt like juiced. It felt juiced, and it felt kind of exciting. And I was saying like, this is better than Searching. Right away.
Right.
This is more
Right.
engaging. It's leading me by the nose. It has true crime elements that are exciting enough. But then it gets into this bungled second, third act to me. And it doesn't recover, and you guys, we were talking about the acting earlier. The acting to me is, the parents are just awful. in this.
It's
and there's a lot of
interesting.
screen time with them. So I think the excitement early on was with the young part of it, and it's for a young audience.
Yeah.
So I think this,
so, right? Or is it?
Or is
I don't
it?
know.
But I think it is just because of some of the jargon and some of the apps and all the stuff they're doing in the beginning. So I think it's going to appeal to a certain audience. I don't know what. Yeah, like our audience was like transfixed. It was silent. There was little giggles, but everything could be amped up.
Whenever you can shut teens up, you're doing something interesting.
I think they're just led by the nose, and I think it's successful for a majority of the film, and I liked it way better than I thought I was going to do. But you get into the whole thing where it kind of feels like a Big Mac. It feels like empty calories too. Where it's like, this is pretty stupid. By the end of it, you're like, this is pretty stupid.
The whole Colombia thing is a giant Big Mac,
and it's not like. Other than Yavi being funny, and there wasn't really a lot of humor, and I think it needed that because it's just silly. It's silly sauce. So I give it about. I want to be kind of kind. I want to say
kind.
I'm giving it 2 bones.
Utah, give me 2.
2 bones.
And I think it's fresh in a lot of ways, but it's also just empty calories.
Sister May.
You.
This is the kind of movie that you expect to have in the theater in January.
It's such a January movie.
Because
absolutely.
There's nothing in the theater. This is out. You could just go and watch it for however long it was. Was it
punch
an hour and a half?
It was kind of long.
It was almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Could have shaved 20 minutes off.
Yeah. But it's a fine snapshot of this time, and I wonder if the kids these days are mesmerized by seeing their technologies on the screen.
Seeing their world.
They live on there.
I wouldn't have thought to TaskRabbit shit. Like,
right.
I don't use that.
It was giving us some ideas, yeah.
It's way past pizza.net from the net.
Yeah.
The net.
Sandra Bullock would be so perplexed in this world.
Yes.
Sandra couldn't do any of this in real life.
I like the true crime element.
Yeah.
It kept the attention, and there were some shocks. There were some deaths.
That's right.
Got
a little hairy at the end.
Yeah.
Got a little more intense at the end.
International espionage.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably right there too at 2 bones.
Right down in the barrel.
Utah, give me 2.
Give me 2.
Feels like a 2 for.
All right. Now we get to Brother Bishke. What is he going to do here?
I would like to hear Lucas
do
a live rewrite of this, or but knowing, I mean, we couldn't bring Lucas. We can't bring Lucas.
No, we can't expose him to. It's like
because we brought him to Searching and it almost killed him.
Yeah,
like
he would have left 10 minutes in to get McDonald's.
Yeah,
or just fallen asleep.
Yeah,
we can't do that to the boy. We need to preserve him.
So Lucas, see you.
Lucas would have half boned it. He would have. No,
I think he would have. I would.
Not a woof.
I would hear a woof, but I do see a lot of potential here.
That's how you start every review of a desktop movie.
The future's bright. The future's so bright.
Gotta wear shades.
Gotta wear
because on one level,
AR augmented shades.
On one level, like the technical execution of it. I mean, I have to go back and watch Searching, but I don't want to do that.
You don't have to
look at.
But I think this is improved technically.
Technically, hell yeah.
It's all in the first act.
But script wise, like there's just a lot of work to be done. And you want that kind of De Palma level. You want to make it rated R. It's got to be like a rated R thriller, and you want to just use it for all the potential that it has. Because technology just keeps advancing. So 5 years from now, God knows what one of these movies is going to look like.
This is going to be so funny to look back on.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have a head cam mounted in the center of our forehead.
Yeah, we're going to be in the metaverse chasing people around.
Our glasses could be recording contact lenses.
Well, both ways, like what you see and yourself.
Oh, it's getting there.
So I'd really like to give this the highest ranking. But
you can't
4 bones.
You can't rate a movie on potential.
But I just see so much more that can be done with a master filmmaker.
Right, but what did you see tonight?
Okay, that's not what we got.
So I'm not going to give it 4 bones.
Oh,
I'm going to give it 2 bones.
Oh,
quite a bit lower.
All right.
Yeah, and because I think it is a 2-bone movie. You could really get the audience into it and worked up if you wrote it right. And our audience was pretty silent. So.
Yeah. That's true.
4 bones to deboned.
Yeah.
Deboned. I agree with everything everybody's saying. I mean, Two Bones is pretty right on. My big issue was, other than my just saltiness, storminess going into it, it had this feeling of like, I felt like I did an extra shift of work tonight, like, because
more screen time.
I'm always looking at a computer, and now it feels someone's like, listen, man, I know you already put in your day's worth of work, but you got to help me find my mom in Cartagena. And I'm like,
put on your computer glasses.
It will be $8, please.
And I'm like dealing with somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing, so I have to like really invest time to help figure it out. That faded after a while, once I just started accepting my fate.
Mm-hmm. Had to let it go.
Had to let go, man.
Had to let go. I was thinking about the De Palma version the whole time. It was making me smile, this assumed hypothetical future version of this. So I can't figure that into my bones. It's a 2-bone movie, but the Prime bumps it up.
Ooh.
So it's a Prime bump. It's a Brother Ben bump. I'm going 2.5.
It's a Brother Ben bump, y'all.
Yes.
Topping the scale.
Yes.
I'm the one that was arguing and kicking my feet and crossing my arms the most, and here I am giving it the highest score. What is going on?
Yes.
That's the power of love and light.
I'm surprised because you were hiding your eyes at certain points.
You were rubbing your temples,
I
man.
zipped my hoodie over my face.
Yeah.
I couldn't look at it.
It's tough to look at.
But
at
here I am.
times.
Like, it was a fun time. It was a good time, and it's definitely the best. Host excluded. Something about Host made me even more happy.
That was in your top 10.
I don't even
You like
remember
the
that.
scares.
But
Blocked it
yeah,
out.
this the editing, I mean, again, hats off. You editors fucking created this.
Mhm.
So
it's a mountain of work what they did.
yeah.
And hats off to Storm Reid, A Wrinkle in Time girl.
You made good.
We'll see her again in future
See, that's
episodes.
that's why I think Lucas would have given it a half bone, because he loves Euphoria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think he would have carried that love into it.
Yeah,
I think.
I don't think a wolf.
I think Wolf's too extreme.
Yeah.
But you never know. That's what makes him. That's what makes him the hothead.
We'll never know.
We'll never, and we will never know.
No.
Because he will never see this.
No.
We did it, y'all. That's missing. Thank you, missing crew. Once Bishki decrees that there's a new suitable heir to this genre, this crew will return.
This is the desktop crew. Thank you, crew.
We're gonna see missing, and then a little happy face emoji from Bish. Because he wants us all to go see it.
The Costa Gravis.
I think this one will make money, and there'll be a third one, found or whatever.
Right.
The third one is.
This would be a great place for us to segue into a VPN service if we had some sort of advertiser.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, you worried about your mom going missing? Use our VPN.
Home security camera.
We'll just give a shout out to TaskRabbit.com.
Yeah.
You're not using it yet.
What's up?
If
Get on there.
you're somewhat interested in this movie, but you don't want to go see it, get a TaskRabbit to go see it.
Yeah.
Pay him for 2 hours.
I love that he typed out Instagram. That boomer. But they're all the adults in this were like 40, and that depressed me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's us.
Their dating apps were
Yeah.
all early 40s.
No.
This is us.
Can use more boomer technology fumbles.
That's right.
But there's a lot you can do with it. There's so much.
So much.
Anyway, shut down.
Shut down. Ew, love and light.
Love and light.
Like,
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Hey, this is Brother Brian with my very, very late to the game Avatar 2 Bones. I haven't just gone out casually to a movie theater since before COVID, and I just went to the Burbank 16 to sit and watch Avatar 2 in IMAX 3D high frame rate or something. I fucking got there half an hour early, got a popcorn, a giant soda, peanut M&Ms, and look, I know I missed the entire global event, and I'm late. I'm a working dad. I'm going through some shit. I'm always late on stuff. I watched Avatar today, which is pretty good still. A couple cringy moments, but pretty solid. And man, what the fuck? That was a horrible fucking movie. That is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. And it's certainly got to be one of the worst sequels ever, which is saying so much coming from the guy who made one of the best sequels ever, Terminator 2. I was okay until the whale goes, "It's too painful." How the fuck does that kid talk to that whale? How does he know what the fucking whale is saying? It's too painful in 3D papyrus. And then it was like snapped me out of it so fucking hard. I couldn't understand any line after that in the movie, why it was in there and what any character was doing and why anyone would give a shit about any character. I didn't give a shit, except for the fact that I hated that fucking Tarzan boy. Spider is the worst character since Jar Jar Binks. Like, what in the flying fuck is going on with this movie? Why did they make that movie? Why did they spend $2 billion making that fucking movie? Oh, so many people's lives got fucked up from making that. Why did they do that? Hollywood is eating itself. And here I am at the end of fucking sober January or whatever it's called. I'm a month totally sober, and I feel more fucked up than I have in a long time. I am discombobulated. I like most movies, almost all movies I like, but this is the worst. It gets I don't know if you can do halves, but it gets a half bone. Maybe one bone because it's cool to watch that whale thrash that fucking whaling boat. That's pretty cool, I guess, but like it's the worst review I've wanted to give in a very long time. That movie is fucking garbage.
Shut off, Siri.